परमादरणीय वरेंद्र भल्ला जी के विषय में आप सब जानते हैं कि नासा काउंटी न्यूयॉर्क के कमिश्नर रहे हैं। परमादरणीय भल्ला जी आप कृपा करें।
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very special program. Special not only because Guruji has come all the way from India, we have some very special guests that have come to grace this occasion. First and foremost, first time in the history of America, an Indian girl Miss World competition, and she was the first runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Shree Saini. Now I would like to, Assemblyman Eric Peterson, about 5 years ago, the Senate of New Jersey had invited Guruji in the Senate chamber. They honored him. All these senators from across the state assembled there. They honored Guruji. Eric Peterson, who is part of not the Senate but the General Assembly, which is the other part of the government, he was a little jealous that Guruji came to the Senate, why not to the General Assembly? And he was communicating with me for the last maybe 4 or 5 years that, well, Guruji came for this in the month of April, for this event and at some other events. And at that time, the General Assembly is not in session until the month of June. So Assemblyman Eric Peterson joined hands with the Senate. The Senate and the General Assembly of New Jersey jointly passed a resolution to honor Guruji, which is very rare that both houses of the government would join hands to honor our Guruji. So, a big round of applause for Eric Peterson. We are honored by somebody who is probably the most honorable Indian in America. He is Padam Shri H.R. Shah, who is the founder of TV Asia, which is seen all over the country. But not just the fact that he is the owner of the TV Asia, but the fact that he has done so much charitable work, so much community service, that he probably stands tall amongst all Indians across the United States. A big round of applause for Mr. H.R. Shah. Now, the joint resolution that was prepared by the New Jersey Senate and the New Jersey General Assembly, I'm going to ask our beauty queen to come and read that citation. But before that, I'd like to tell you something very unique about her perseverance. You know, when she was 12 years old, she always wanted to be a beauty queen. When she was 12 years old, they discovered that she has a hole in her heart. When she was in her early 20s, or say about 5 or 6 years ago, she had a very major car accident. The car was finished, and her face was totally burned. And it could only be considered a God's miracle that some girl whose face was totally burnt, and today she is standing in front of you as one of the most beautiful girls, not only in America, she is the most beautiful in America, but one of the most in the world, Shree Saini. Ladies and gentlemen, Shree Saini, the beauty queen, is going to read this special joint legislative resolution prepared by the Senate of New Jersey and the General Assembly to honor Guruji. Shree Saini.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, everyone. And thank you so much for those kind words. I don't just consider myself a beauty queen. I see Miss World as an opportunity to raise voice for those who don't have it and to raise thousands of dollars for charity organizations. So I see this Taj and this sash as a responsibility to create a positive difference. And that is what propelled me to want to compete in pageants since I was 6 years old, was a desire to make a difference. And I'm really grateful for my mother and my uncle and aunts and everyone who has supported me in this journey. And mostly I'm very grateful for God. And I'm really happy Guruji is here because I'm very religious, I'm very spiritual. And even on the night of Miss World, I said, God, please speak through me, because I'm here to serve you and I'm here to serve your people. I'm so grateful they asked me to read this resolution, and I'll go ahead and read this now. Whereas the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey are pleased to extend warm greetings and salutation to His Holiness Brahmrishi Shree Kumar Swamiji, India's renowned master scholar of the spiritual science of Bej Mantras, who will be the chief guest and keynote speaker at the Ancient Traditional Science and Yoga Convention in Fords on April 29th, 2022. And whereas an ambassador of peace and one of the most renowned and revered spiritual leaders in all of India, His Holiness Brahmrishi Shree Kumar Swamiji is highly esteemed for his inspiring records of community service and his immeasurable efforts furthering the ideals of interreligious harmony and universal compassion. And whereas among his millions of followers in India and around the world, His Holiness Brahmrishi Shree Kumar Swamiji has secured a reputation for his superb humanitarian work and his lessons of tolerance and respect for all of humanity. And whereas by repeatedly demonstrating his devotion to service in the name of peace, His Holiness Brahmrishi Shree Kumar Swamiji has earned the admiration of who know him and has set a standard of excellence towards which others might strive. And whereas it is altogether fitting and right for the members of this legislature to pause in their deliberations to commend the life's work of His Holiness Brahmrishi Shree Kumar Swamiji and his magnificent endeavors, now therefore by the State and the General Assembly of the State of New Jersey, that this legislation hereby salutes His Holiness Brahmrishi Shree Kumar Swamiji, pays tribute to his records of service, leadership, and commitment, and extends sincere best wishes for health and prosperity for the days to come for the rest of his life. And be it further resolved that a duly copy of his resolution signed by the Senate, President, and Assembly Speaker, and by the Senate Secretary and Assembly Clerk, he be transmitted to His Holiness Brahmrishi Shree Kumar Swamiji.
I would like Assemblyman Peterson, joined by Padam Shri Dr. H.R. Shah and Shree Saini and Shri Ekta, my favorite, Ekta ji, to present this citation to Guruji.
Well, good evening, everyone. First, I want to say that Shree, it's a pleasure to be here with you. And I learned a little bit about you in what you just said, and your success comes from your devotion to God. I have a strong faith myself, and as do all of you here, and it's that devotion to God that is your guide. If that God is your guiding light, you can never go wrong. Guruji, I'm glad that you finally made it here and that we've had this opportunity to present you with this joint resolution from the New Jersey Senate and Assembly. When we originally planned to do this, we were going to have you come to the chambers down in Trenton, a beautiful place where you would have been inspired by the magnitude of our great state here in New Jersey. But I'm glad that we finally had this opportunity to honor you and what you have done for your people and the guidance that you have given, that we were able to do this for you tonight. And I appreciate being able to participate in this ceremony. It means a lot to me because people of faith need to stick together, because together in this world where we see a lot of turmoil, especially right now, people of faith need to come together so we can have peace. Peace and prosperity. And finally, I want to thank Verinder for inviting me to participate in this event. He's been a great friend and a great host to me being here this evening. And I appreciate this opportunity to join you to honor Guruji tonight in a fashion that's unique to New Jersey in being able to give this resolution. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for having me tonight. May God bless you.
I would request Padam Shri Dr. Shah to say a few words also.
एक शायरी है, फूल इसलिए अच्छे कि खुशबू का पैगाम देते हैं, कांटे इसलिए अच्छे कि दामन थाम लेते हैं, गुरुजी इसलिए अच्छे कि सारी दुनिया में हिंदू धर्म का पैगाम देते हैं, सारी दुनिया में हिंदू धर्म का पैगाम देते हैं। थैंक यू, गॉड ब्लेस।